Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we are talking Simone Biles, and we are not talking about Simone Biles, the GOAT gymnast, or any type of pre-Olympic discussions or any of the recent competitions in which Simone Biles has been officially the most decorated gymnast ever. We unfortunately are talking about foolishness, you guys. Because that is what happens, right? So what am I talking about? What has happened? So basically, a couple days ago, Simone Biles and her husband, Jonathan Owens, who's an NFL player, currently for the Green Bay Packers, they were on there. And this Pivot podcast is a podcast of former NFL players, such as Ryan Clark, and others, and Channing Crowder, and I believe also Fred Taylor. And they'll bring different athletes on for them to talk about, their NFL career, whether it's past or present or what have you. And sometimes if they have a missus or a girlfriend or whoever, they'll talk a little bit about their dating life, right? Because previously, like a year ago, they had on Sonia Richards-Ross and her husband, Aaron Ross, to talk about how their dynamic was as a couple, since they're both athletes and all that kind of stuff. And so they're up here asking questions to Simone Biles' husband, how'd you guys meet, all this other stuff. And he's like, well, we met on the dating app Raya, which is like a celebrity dating app, I guess, where you have to be vetted and stuff. He said that he was like just kind of getting his bearings, wasn't really looking for anything, is a non-committal type. Matched with Simone Biles. He claims that he had no idea who she was, didn't follow gymnastics, which is funny because later on it was revealed that he does follow gymnastics, and didn't have any clue who she was. And I guess he apparently liked some of her pictures or whatever, but ultimately it was Simone that had to reach out to him to get things going, right? And then he also revealed that Simone Biles drove almost an hour to go on their first date together. But what has everybody, upset and going at it is, one, he said that he saw that, how many followers Simone Biles had was number one. And then next, he saw as well the fact that, his response was, I'm the catch. Like, as in, he's the catch just because, he's an NFL athlete? Like, I don't understand. And not even an NFL athlete, like, you're not Deion Sanders, right? You're not, Patrick Mahomes or, Jalen Hurts or somebody, right? You're Jonathan Owens, right? And so the audacity of it all, right? And so I could tell Ryan Clark's face is looking at dude like, what do you mean you don't know who Simone Biles is, right? And you don't follow gymnastics. And so this is what's funny, because people pulled receipts because people start digging, right? And they found tweets, I believe 10, 11 years ago on Jonathan Owens' Twitter account, in which he's talking about Gabrielle Douglas, who is, last I checked, a gymnast, you guys. And talking about what she needs to do, made some comment about her teeth and all this other stuff. So you don't follow gymnastics, but you know who Gabby Douglas is. Make it make sense, right? And so, furthermore, this led to so much backlash, right? And Channing Crowder's clowning him, basically saying, how can you pull Simone Biles, right? How in the heck did you pull her? And so I think that's why he got defensive, right? And then he made this other comment that whenever, Simone competed, that when he would be like, playing at, in college or whatever, that he didn't have any channels on his TV, wasn't able to see the Olympics. And then he would be in training camp, from July to August or whatever, and that he wasn't paying attention. So he never, was able to compete and all this other stuff. And so everybody is just, they're like, are you serious? Are you serious right now? Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, like real talk, one-on-one, me and you, right? even if you are not a gymnastics fan, even if you know nothing about gymnastics, you guys, even if you don't watch the Olympics, unless you are in a coma, unless you are a newborn child, unless you live somewhere where you have no access to nothing, you are completely off the grid, right? And you have no TV, you have no internet, you have no access to any type of social media, you barely have any access to your family, you don't receive any news or newspapers or anything, so you have no idea what's happening in anything, right? Is the only logical explanations as to not knowing who Simone Biles is. As for everything else, I'm calling cap. I am absolutely calling cap. I think that was game, what Jonathan Owens was trying to do, because I think he felt punked by, one of the hosts, who was basically like, how in the heck did you pull Simone Biles? You're not a big deal in the NFL type of thing. And so he got defensive, he got offended, and was like, you know what? I'm going to take Simone Biles down a peg or two, right? And I'm going to, make it as though she was chasing me, she was after me, I was the catch in all of this. And I was like, oh, no. Has the spirit of Kevin Samuels, descended upon us, right? And some of these views, right? Because I was like, what is happening? Did I step into the Manosphere right now, right? And I just couldn't believe what I was hearing, right? And so then it gets worse, right? After all the backlash, Jonathan Owens decides to get on social media and then once again post a picture of him and Simone Biles, their wedding photos or whatever, and says that he's unbothered, right? He's unbothered and everything else, and Simone leaves a comment or whatever, and all these things, right? However, there's still backlash, right? There's still people dragging them. This is viral on the Shade Room. This is viral on the Neighborhood Talk, our top black blogs that are on Instagram. And, even Portia's ex-man, her ex-fiance, her baby daddy, Dennis, is in the comments saying, City Boys up. Which should tell you exactly what this is, right? And so, nonetheless, Simone, some fans were doing some digging. And they saw that Simone Biles is liking comments that are suggesting, that are implying, that are saying that black women are coming for her and are coming for her marriage because they are jealous that they are single. They are jealous that they do not have a ring on their finger. They are jealous that they are not somebody's wife. And here's the thing I gotta say, right? Here's the thing I have to say, right? Because we're all grown here, right? That is a crock of wolf. Here's the thing. A lot of us have had, specific dating experiences where we see the immediate red flags in somebody like a Jonathan Owens who is afraid of commitment, who is playing like they are not really feeling you, they're not really interested in you, and all of these things, and making comments to where that you're the more successful person in the relationship, you're the breadwinner in the relationship, but for some reason in public, they're cutting you down. And the reason is because they're insecure and they are jealous, right? A confident person who doesn't care who the breadwinner is in the relationship is not going to be out here embarrassing you in front of people. It's not going to be embarrassing you in front of people in interviews. It's not going to be embarrassing you in front of your family and friends. It's not going to be embarrassing you out in public on social media and everything else and the like, right? And when this guy says that he is the prize and you are sitting next to the best gymnast ever that you claim you didn't know, which is like saying you don't know who Michael Jordan is or LeBron James, or you don't know who Prince or Michael Jackson is, or you don't know who Beyonce or Rihanna is, or Taylor Swift, right? You don't know who any of these people are, right? Allegedly, right? But you seem to have tweets that suggest otherwise. So that told me right there that this was all game, and that this was Jonathan's way trying to make himself feel important. But the problem is, history has shown us with these black celebrities, these black female celebrities in particular, that some of these men that they marry and that they choose to be involved with, they end up literally paying the price. Whether it is Sherry Shepherd, whether it is Mary J. Blige, they all end up paying the price. They all end up paying these ex-husbands ridiculous amounts of money, and they were not with them shooting in the gym, right? They were not with them when they accumulated all this success, but they feel entitled to it because they had a taste of the good life, right? Now, very well, Simone and Jonathan Owens can be happy, right? They can be happy together, but this interview was a red flag, as far as I'm concerned. It was an absolute red flag because it told me everything I needed to know. There were, some glaring comments that were made that if he was joking, we were not in on the joke, people. We were not in on the joke or what the joke was, right? But nonetheless, we interpret it for what it was at face value, which it looked like at face value he was trying to cut down Simone Biles. And Simone Biles, she's so deep in love with this guy, she's like cracking up, right? She's like cracking up and just giggling away. And Ryan Clark, they're trying to peep game and they're trying to tell game, like, listen, dude, we do not believe you. You need more people. You were just on the practice squad 5 minutes ago for the Houston Texans. You were almost not even about to be signed anywhere, right? And then next thing you know, the news breaks that you're engaged to Simone Biles, who's the GOAT, right? The GOAT gymnast, right? And the next thing we know, we are hearing about tryouts for another NFL team called the Green Bay Packers, right? And now all of a sudden you have a 1-year contract, right? Now that your relationship with Simone Biles and you plan on getting married and everything else is public. Now all of a sudden you're getting press. Well, you're getting press. Really, Simone's getting the press. She's getting press from ESPN, from all these publications now, because she is at your game supporting you, right? And then for some reason, Simone makes some goofy comment that in a couple of years she will be known as Mrs. Jonathan Owens and Jonathan Owens' wife, and that's never going to happen. That's happening in never, ever, ever land, you guys. Because unless Jonathan Owens is Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, Deion Sanders, Shannon Sharp, Chad Ochocinco, is Terrell Owens, is he somebody that I'm supposed to know? Are you Dak Prescott? Like, I just need to know why we are elevating somebody who was this close to being out of the league not too long ago, if we want to keep it a buck, right? And this isn't shade, but when somebody says that they're the catch, and you are literally sitting next to a multimillionaire who is the most decorated gymnast in history and is the GOAT in her sport, why in the heck would you make such a statement? But this is the problem, and this is why so many people are single. This is why so many people are struggling in this dating world, is because we have people who are telling people that the men are the prize and that the women are not the prize. But the Bible tells us that if you want to go that route, right? A man who finds a wife finds a good thing, right? But so we're just completely disregarding, how we are brought up, how we are raised, how men are supposed to be the ones hunting, are supposed to be the ones pursuing women, are supposed to be the ones that are, making forth the effort to let women know that they are interested in them, that they want to date them, they want to be their boyfriend, potentially even their future husband. But now in this new age, we have people getting caught up in dating apps. We have people getting desperate on social media, just DMing guys who like a pic of you but say nothing to you. And next thing you know, you are in these entanglements and in these situationships, wondering why you're getting played by these NFL and NBA athletes, right? But I mean, at least for Simone, she got this dude to marry her, right? So we're thinking possibly this might go the distance, right? But people are not going to ignore these glaring comments, and that is why people feel a certain type of way, because some people are triggered because they know the telltale signs of men who are talking like this, right? They know the telltale signs about, what it is, right? And so here we are, right? So there is that. But let me know your guys' thoughts about this. What do you think of Jonathan Owens' comments? Did you think he was joking when he said he didn't know who Simone Biles was? And what do you think of his comments of him saying that he's the catch? And you're sitting next to Simone Biles. And what do you think of Simone Biles giggling at all of this, thinking that this is cute and that this is funny? And what do you think about Simone Biles liking comments saying that black women are miserable and single and upset, and that's why they're going at her, because they're triggered because they don't have a ring or they don't have a man or whatever else? You don't know what we got, because we're not putting our business out there, right? Well, for those of us who do not put our business out there, right? So you don't know me from anybody else, so how do you know who's in a relationship or who isn't, right? So there's that. But again, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.